This is the Say It Can't Gamer, and you are live with the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
Boom, 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 boom.
No way.
Oh!
From the Queen Studios of New York, UFC 220 Bellator 192 recap, and fuck the MMA hour with the MMA-Holes hour with the MMA-Holes. Yes! Let's go, let's go!
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, what's going on, friends and family? I hope everyone is wonderful, wonderful. What's going on, guys? It is Monday, and you are watching the MMA-Holes hour, going head-to-head with Ariel Helwani, and we don't give a fuck. We don't care. The live chat is sparked up and ready to go. The live chat is popping, and we have a shitload of stuff to talk about on the MMA-Holes hour. Check it out with the chat room over here with a bunch of assassins, YouTube assassins ready to fuck people up on a Monday. The MMA-Holes hour here. There are so many things to talk about today on the MMA-Holes hour that my head's about to explode. Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier holding on to the belt, doing their thing, showing the world that, yes, indeed, they both are the real deal. Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier. The doubters out there were real. The doubters out there said that there was no way that these two were going to be able to pull it off. With these big fists coming their way of Volkan Oezdemir and Francis Ngannou. There were a lot of people out there that were doubting Daniel Cormier and Stipe
Wonderful.
Miocic. And look what happened. Look what happened. A lot of people throw out the term, the casual fan. And I am not a fan of the casual fan term. I think it's ridiculous. But if there was any time to throw out the term of the casual fan, it's the fan that jumps on the bandwagon, right? That's the fan. Volkan Oezdemir, who is a badass, who is very impressive, one-trick pony. Francis Ngannou, another badass, very impressive, powerful, strong, fast, one-trick pony. Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier, they have a lot of tricks in these ponies. A lot of tricks. And Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier hold on to the belts. This show, we're going to be discussing Bellator 192, which is a lot of stuff to talk about there, with Rory McDonald and his leg exploding with pain, and goes on 3 more rounds to defeat Lima. In the beginning, I was like, this fight sucks. And then when you realize that McDonald's leg is exploding and about to fall off of his body, and somehow he digs deep and rips the belt away from Lima, you have to give the man credit. Chael Sonnen beating Rampage, who gives a fuck, right? But that happened. Cormier and Stipe Miocic are what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be discussing those cards, and we're going to divulge into what happened this weekend, which was an epic weekend for the Fight Buddies, for the UFC, for Bellator. There was a lot of epic stuff for the MMA-Holes. We fucking killed it this weekend with 77,000 views. 77,000 views. And if you look below over here, we cracked 7,000 subscribers. I didn't think that. We had a goal for, what, 6,600 or some shit like that? And they're like, okay, 6,700, 6,800, 6,900. And then we're like, holy fuck, we're going to hit 7,000 subscribers. We made a lot of new friends there. So welcome to the new MMA-Holes, and welcome to the revolution, the MMA revolution, the MMA-Holes. Complain if you want. If you want to watch Ariel Helwani knock yourself out, he does not discuss things with the chat room. The real people, the real fans over here of the UFC, MMA, right inside this phone or tablet, whatever the hell that thing is. Those are the people that count. Not the fucking interviews and this and that, which we do have interviews on here, but we like to interact. So Ariel Helwani with his thousands of views, have fun over there. If you want to go to sleep and take a quick nap, knock yourself out. But if you want to have a little fun on a Monday and spend an hour with the greatest show on YouTube, well, welcome to the MMA-Holes. And we got 10 more likes. There you go, 10 more likes. 43 in the tip jar. Keep on liking this video, and let's go.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes.
Fuck you.
Dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
Good morning, good afternoon, good whatever. Welcome to the show, guys. It's good to see everyone here. We have Joey Faggoter. Says, chill, never lost. Trump is incest and mentally handicapped. Says, unrelated but found Fox for a cyborg. Could it ever happen? Marky Wahoo, Mac V, Bacon Grease, Pulse Nightclub Shooter, Steven Sparks, Frank Bevan. Call Me Blast is here. Slick Slizzick YouTube is here as well. Vigo Stockholm. We got a lot of people. Dan from Oregon. Jessie Bell Hill, the moderator. Go subscribe to Jessie. Mohammed Misbahi says, you MMA fight against Ariel. Yes, that's right. We do MMA fight against Ariel. If you check our social media on Instagram, you saw I met Ariel twice. This is actually pretty cool before we get this party going. Ariel Helwani does the MMA Hour. Some people don't even know who Ariel is, but most people do know who Ariel is. And honestly, he's the biggest name in the game, right? When it comes to MMA media, Ariel's on top of the game. There's no way around it. If you look on my Instagram at the MMA-Holes over here, check that out on Instagram. There are 2 posts with me and Ariel. I met Ariel way back when, right? Way back when, like a little over a year ago, well, maybe around a year ago. Was it November? I met him in November. Anyway, like a year ago. So we went to an event, and I saw Ariel there. I was like, hey, Ariel, blah, blah, blah. I'm Chris from the MMA-Holes. You probably haven't heard of me yet, but we're looking to, start something big on YouTube. Let's take a picture. We took a picture, and he's like, hey, man, yeah, I'll check it out. He never checked it out. Literally, like a year later from that, I ran into him again, and not only did he know who I was, but he knew that we were coming, and he said that he loved what we were doing. So we're not competing with Ariel. We're not competing with anyone around here. We are looking to take over everything, okay? There's no competition out there when it comes to the fucking MMA-Holes. It's just the MMA-Holes. On top of the game. Pats or Eagles says, call me Blast. That fucking Super Bowl makes me want to fucking vomit. It makes me want to vomit. Being a Giants fan, I want to vomit. Bobby Bush says, MMA-Holes. What's up, Bobby Bush? Ariel looks like Vigo. It says Vigo.com. I can see the resemblance. Yep, he's the biggest name for sure, at least now, says V. Yes, for now. Bacon Grease is getting punches from Jessie Bell Hill. Ariel, a dirty bastard, just like Luke Fuckboy Thomas, says Frank Pavon. It's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Jessie Bell Hill. Hey, Jessie, missed the Not the MMA Hole stream last night. I rewatched it, and Darth compared to me a Nazi torturer. It's good to have friends. LOL. Good to see you. Yeah, we were busting balls on Mike Lanzalone on the second channel. We got a second channel called Not the MMA-Holes, and we just fuck around over there with some gaming streams and reactions. And the Super Bowl, we're probably going to play around over there. No one wants a tranny in the UFC. A man chopping off his cock is still a man. He's going to beat up a woman, says V. V, and someone else dropped this in there about Fallon Fox. I don't know if Fallon Fox is still... I don't know if she's still fighting or he or it is still fighting. I'm not sure. But yeah, Fallon Fox was a man, chopped off the cock, and now is fighting with women. It's ridiculous. The only thing I like about the Ariel guy is that he likes to push Dana's buttons, says Marky Wahoo. Marky, and all joking aside, Ariel is my favorite in the game. There's a lot of people that don't like Ariel. I met him multiple times. The guy was nothing but nice to me. And he knew that he wasn't supposed to be talking to me with Vox and all that shit. And He was a good dude. He said he liked what we were doing, so, hey, it is what it is. Luke Thomas is, he's all right. Whatever. Series producer, a.k.a. Luke Thomas, boss, is a Mystic Moss follower. Look into it, says Dan from Oregon. So there you go. Yes, that is true. that is true. Marissa Reeves, who is Luke Thomas's producer. Let me ask you this. Now, I can get Marissa on the show. The fuck? Someone clean my vagina. And boom! Over here, Pulse Nightclub Shooter has just subscribed to the second channel. There you go. Not the MMA-Holes. And he just cleaned his vagina. Welcome to Not the MMA-Holes, Pulse Nightclub Shooter. That's a gaming channel over there. Link in the description to that. Ariel likes to instigate things, says Mac V. Yes. And that's another reason why I like Ariel, too. Listen, Ariel does great interviews. He has great guests, blah, blah, blah. But this is a whole different show over here because we interact with you motherfuckers. And we have a lot to talk about tonight. The MMA-Holes Hour, there's a lot of shit. Boom, right over here, UFC 220. This card over here, we have to divulge into this. We have to talk about this card over here because, honestly, less than stellar to fantastic. That's how I look at this card. I was like, okay, all right, cool. No, that sucked. That was terrible. I want to kill myself. To, okay, I'm fucking stoked. That's how this card was. It was a roller coaster of autism, this card over here, UFC 220. MIOCIC versus NGANNOU. And someone else is cleaning vaginas. Here we go. 83 Dread has subscribed to the second channel. Well, welcome. There we go. Some gaming people over there. The second channel basically is a complete hangout bullshit, play video games, just fucking talk. So if you got nothing better to do, go subscribe to that. Ariel produces a lot of cuckold porn. It's true, Vigo. That's actually a true statement. Pulse is my best vagina, says Kenshiro Ryu. Came been to prison, says Frank Pavon. It's good to see everyone here. Jay Smooth says, brother Frank, shh. His gameplay, shh. Stone Cold Stipe is the whole story. So, excuse me, I can't fucking knock the phlegm out of my throat today. Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou, okay? Check this out. A 5-round, you can't even say war, domination. The biggest part of this fight is the first round, okay? And then when you look at the rest of the fight, it slowly just gets fucking ugly, fugly. The first round here was explosive. Some people, I can't even believe I read this, right? Some people said they were bored by this fight, okay? Some people actually said they were bored by this fight. Just look at the first round of the fight, okay? If you're going to rewatch this fight, Stipe Miocic and Francis Ngannou, if you're going to rewatch this fight, the first round was fucking spectacular. You have this guy, Francis Ngannou, who is literally swinging for the fences, literally trying to knock the head off of Stipe Miocic, destroy him with his Francis power. And he did connect in a couple of shots, but not quite flush, not quite Francis Ngannou-esque, because he was flailing and swinging, and he couldn't get Stipe because Stipe had fantastic ridiculous head movement. It was out of control. Stipe Miocic was dipping and ducking and literally looked fantastic. He was clinching up. He was counter-striking Francis Ngannou, tagging him, piecing him up, tiring him out. The first round was electrifying. I loved the first round of Miocic Ngannou. I thought it was absolutely stellar watching this. On the edge of my seat, back and forth. Francis, all he wanted to do was take Stipe's head off. But he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. Goes back to the benches. Second round happens. And now here comes the domination. The control time. 2 minutes and 17 seconds. 29 strikes is 4. 17 of 4 and 2 takedowns. There you go. What did we say? What did the MMA-Holes say? If Stipe is going to win, he's got to get in up close. Take him down. Grind him. And that's what Stipe did. The game plan was on fucking point. On point. Francis Ngannou, as much as I like the guy, and let me tell you something, I fucking like Francis as a fighter and as a person. The guy even seems like a really good dude. But let's be honest. One trick pony. All he has is the power to take you out, and that's it. During the second round, you could even notice that when he was swinging, he was missing, like, bad. Bad. It looked like amateur hour. It was insane. Going into the third round, and look at this shit. Control time even more lopsided. You got 47-7, 12 significance to 1 with that one takedown. Stipe got in the groove, and now Francis Ngannou is huffing and puffing. Drag his ass to that bench. Have him sit down over there. And look at the fucking 4th round. 4 minutes and 38 seconds of control time. 82 strikes to nothing. Nothing. 18 significant strikes to nothing. Nothing. And one takedown. Francis Ngannou got fucking mutilated that round. Gasping for air. Please stand me up. I can't take this anymore. Stipe Miocic is hurting me and I'm tired. I'm very tired. Please, Stipe, get off of me. Mima, I big man with big power. But muscles make me tired and fatigued. And I can't get back up to feet because I got Stipe on back. Francis, I'm on your back. And I'm fucking you up because I'm Stipe. That's exactly what happened. That round was ridiculous. Going into the 5th and final round. And now you got both men standing there huffing and puffing. Stipe was tired there too. But Stipe grinded it out and literally swept the floor with Francis Ngannou. There were people that thought that Francis Ngannou was going to fucking knock Stipe's head off. And you had that chance in the 1st round. And that was it. That was it. That was it. So now, Stipe Miocic. Okay? Stipe Miocic is the greatest of all time when it comes to heavyweights. What are you going to say? What are you going to say now? How are you going to argue this? Stipe Miocic wouldn't even let Dana White put the belt around his waist. He wouldn't even let him do it. Stipe Miocic. Stipe. Breaking records. And is the best heavyweight ever. Let's see what the chat says. I'm Stipe. That's right, Bobby Bush. I'm Stipe. Francis will never beat Stipe, says Tommy Arnold. Stipe showed up with his headgear, a singlet, and a wrestling shoe. Laughed my ass off, says Christian Beasley. Trump says, I was one. It's Stipe. Stiopich. That's right. This is Matthew. That's right. Stipiocic. Stiopich. GOAT. When I tried to say is Stipe landed 200 shots and that guy didn't bleed, but he only lands 33, and Stipe looks like he got hit by a train. Now, Stipe's eye, he did get cracked. He did get cracked. But, I mean, you know, Stipe has a chin and a cheekbone, apparently. But when it comes down to it, Francis he was flailing out there. Stipe versus Kane is pretty much the only thing that can happen, right? He doesn't have to beat him, Tommy. All he got to do is KO him, says Frank Pavon, and that was his only shot. He's not the greatest of all time. Chill. He needs to verse Kane, then we'll see. Here's my problem with Cain Velasquez, okay? Take nothing away from Cain Velasquez. The guy is fucking fantastic. When it comes to heavyweights, he was the guy, right? When you think heavyweight UFC fighter, you think Cain Velasquez, right? That's the name that always jumps into your head. But not being consistent, always being hurt. You know, the Junior Dos Santos thing, I mean, that was it was interesting in the beginning, and then he, you know, took over that whole fiasco between them two. But Cain Velasquez is a beast and was a beast. I don't even know if Cain Velasquez is coming back. And Stipe breaking the record. Look who he ran through to get there. And what I like about this fight with Francis Ngannou is people are arguing, saying, okay, Stipe hit these guys when they were on the tail end of their careers. You know, the good fighters, the great fighters. Even though Verdum is still a badass, he's still hitting him on the later end of their career, right? So everyone's like, okay, well, that's Stipe. This is a little run up to the top. But Francis Ngannou, 31 years old, at the top of the game right now, knocking people out, putting people away. You know, I mean, now you got the young stud there, too. So Stipe, and he makes him look stupid out there. It's got to be the best. Has to be. I do want to see Stipe versus Cain Velasquez, but is Cain Velasquez ever going to fucking fight? Is he ever going to fight again? He says he's coming back. He says he will. I just don't fucking see it. I mean, I don't see it. I want to see it. I don't see it. Cain Velasquez is sitting at number, let's move this over. Whoop. Number 4 over here, okay? Which is insane. I don't know how the fuck he's sitting at number 4, but he is. I guess because he's not active. All right? Alistair Overeem at number 2. This is all going to change up on Wednesday. Let's talk about this, guys. All right? Let's talk about this. Now, what do we do with Francis Ngannou? I said this during our Fight Buddies on Saturday night. I said Francis Ngannou, right? Francis Ngannou. And I see Dan from Oregon's dropping in the big letters here. Let's see. He says, we need to have a chat about this channel blowing up. Get the secret chat planned out for crazy fight nights. More are coming. That's right, Dan. Look at Dan over there. Fucking Dan. I got to say, Dan's rocking in the MVP status over there with the Twitter. And go give him a follow on Twitter. Dan's fucking killing it, man. Thanks for the support. I do appreciate it. If you go over here to the rankings, okay, Francis Ngannou, the first thing I said when he took this loss, and it was a big loss, you know, 5 rounds, got beat up by Stipe bad, okay, what's next for Francis Ngannou? The first name that jumps into my mind is Derek Lewis. We were going to see that at one point. Like, people were like, yeah, Derek Lewis, Francis Ngannou, when Derek Lewis, before he got all weird chicken-boned and beat up by Mark Hunt and, you know, all that weird shit and pulling out of fights and stuff like that. Derek Lewis hit a little slide, right? Derek Lewis is making a comeback now, right? He's pushing himself on social. He's trying to get himself back healthy again. Look at the next people over here. I said Derek Lewis versus Ngannou has to happen. It needs to happen. Derek Lewis is calling him out. The problem here is Tabora, okay? Lewis has Tabora coming up, right? These two, Derek Lewis and Marcin Tabora, which is not a layup, but that is the next fight. If Lewis can get past Tabora, Lewis Ngannou is going to happen. Derek Lewis versus Francis Ngannou, like Luke Thomas says, wonderful, is going to happen. All right? We've seen the Overeem. Verdum is still up top over here. We don't know what's going on with him. We don't know what's up with Cain Velasquez. Mark Hunt's got his fight over there. And Mark Hunt is not, right now, the UFC favorite man. Even though the guy is still a badass at, what, 43 years old or 40? God damn, he's pushing 50. But Derek Lewis, right? I need him to beat Tabora, and I want to see the Black Beast versus Francis Ngannou. Now, a lot of people are laughing like, hey, man, Derek Lewis has 0 shot against Francis Ngannou, right? Derek has 0 shot against Francis Ngannou. And my question to you guys is why? Why does Derek Lewis have 0 shot against Francis Ngannou? Because of how he looked against Mark Hunt? That was an injured Derek Lewis. What if we have a healthy Derek Lewis against Francis Ngannou? A guy that could grind up on top of Francis Ngannou. Also has that KO power that could put you to fucking sleep. When Derek Lewis gets on top of you, it's trouble, right? Why can't Derek Lewis beat Francis Ngannou? A lot of people in the chat might think I'm fucking crazy for saying this. I think that Derek Lewis has a shot at beating Francis Ngannou, and I want to see the fight. Let me know in the chat. This is hypothetically speaking because it's not happening right yet. I just, for some reason, Mystic Moss, inside his head, sees black-on-black violence, and Derek Lewis versus Francis Ngannou is going to happen. I see it, and that is my prediction. That is my prediction, that we will see that fight. And I'm telling you right now, the Black Beast will beat Francis Ngannou when it does happen. Let me know in the chat if you think that Derek Lewis could beat Francis Ngannou, or Francis Ngannou could beat Derek Lewis, or if the fight's even going to happen. Let me know in the chat right now. 56 likes. Thank you for the likes. Let's go. Let's get us to 67,272 subscribers to the MMA-Holes. What stupid motherfucker said that, though? What if my aunt was my uncle? Says Frank Pavon. Fuck that Derek could get him. Fuck that Derek could get him, says Bobby Bush. Ngannou for the win, says Jesse. Yeah, you said that against Stipe. Look how that went. I don't see any other heavyweight beating Stipe except for Cain and Overeem. Honestly, I see Stipe beating Cain on the comeback. Cain in prime would be a big problem for Stipe Miocic. We don't know what Cain we're going to see. You know? We don't know what Cain we're going to see when he comes back. Jetsy gets it. Yeah, let Lewis and Francis kill each other, says V. That's what I want to see. Stipe already beat Reem. That's true. No fucking way Lewis beats Ngannou, says Frank Pavant. So Frank says, no! Verdun Stipe rematch, says Matthew. You know what? There's a good chance we'll see that. There's a very good chance we'll see that. You see black on black violence because you see it in your racist honky dreams. This is Jay Smooth. Conor, what the fuck? Lewis wins, says Tommy Arnold. See, another crazy fuck like myself. Let's see what we got here. Touch your privates. Frank Bavine, if I touch your privates, would you tell me on me, little guy? The Danky Koala. What the fuck? Frank, that's a good question. No, Danky, I would let you deep throat me. So there you go. There's the answer from Frank. You know what Dana told me? This says Christian Beasley. He said he wants Stipe versus Cormier. Isn't he fucking awesome? All right, so that's another thing over there. All right, Dana White. Dana White saying that he wants Stipe versus Cormier, and a lot of people saw that right off the bat. They were like, okay, you got Daniel Cormier coming off of this win with Vulcan. Who's left for Daniel, right? In light heavyweight, Daniel has made mentions on going up to heavyweight, and then you got Stipe running through the heavyweight division. Why not have a money fight like that? I don't think that's going to happen because Cormier did say that he is not going up to heavyweight. In fact, he's just going to stay at light heavy and do his thing and then retire. He made mentions of doing that, of going up, but now he's like, no, no, no. Which leads me to believe that maybe Kane is coming back. You know, that's the reason why Daniel Cormier went to light heavyweight. I don't know if I see Cormier versus Stipe. I don't know if I see that fight happening. As much as I would want to see it, I don't think it would happen. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, as much as I think Stipe is the GOAT of the heavyweights, right? As much as I think that, for some fucking bizarre reason, I think Daniel Cormier would beat him at heavyweight. I do. I think Daniel Cormier would beat Stipe at heavyweight. It might be crazy. It might be as crazy as the Derek Lewis thing versus NGANNOU. But I think Cormier could beat him at heavyweight. He's never lost, right? Brandon, what's up? Brandon's now an MMA hole. Welcome. You're a wonderful, wonderful friend. You are wonderful, wonderful. Some smart people out there. Let me know what you think about that one. And then we're going to go into topics because we have to go to topics here. It is the Monday show. I might go a little longer today. I'm feeling frisky. If you want me to go longer, hit me with the ones, then an hour. Catch weight at 230. This is Bobby Bush. John Jones is coming back. Didn't he just win the case? Duck Daddy. So John Jones, he is coming back. There's no doubt about him coming back. He didn't win the case yet. He passed some sort of lie detector test, and there's still more to unfold with that. Cormier ain't fighting Stipe, and I do agree with that, Christian. They're not fighting. I'm just saying hypothetically speaking. Frank says Cormier stands a chance. I think he stands a chance too. The thing with Cormier, I think Cormier would be a big problem for Stipe. Okay? And think about it. Hear me out. Look what Cormier did with Vulcan. Vulcan's got crazy power, right? Look what he's done with Rumble. Crazy power. He's eating the shots, right? So he could eat the power. He could stand up and bang. Cormier has power on his own. His lower center of gravity, his fat little stature against a guy like Stipe that's bigger and taller than him. He's a wrestler. I don't think anyone could really out-wrestle Daniel Cormier, right? At this level. I think he out-wrestles Stipe. I just see that. Stipe is a good wrestler. He is. But I think Daniel could beat him. Now, I really don't think it's going to happen. But I'm just saying, if the fight were to happen, I go DC on that one. All right, Danky Koala wants a little bit more. Dana White wants Brock for another fight. Geodudes, what's up? Says Dana White wants Brock for another fight. He did mention Brock Lesnar, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Brock somehow squeeze into the UFC this year. John Jones says Stipe is the best, is Brandon. So there you go. That's from the John Jones mouth. It sucks, man. I wish John Jones could get his shit together. Because John Jones could bounce back and forth, light, heavyweight, and that would be a crazy fiasco. She's in love with a white boy, says Danky Koala. Vulcan connect. Hold on. Perfect on Cormier. Cormier eat it. So that's true, Frank. That is true. And Vulcan versus Cormier was interesting because Cormier was just standing up with him. Now let's talk about this before we go into topics, because we do have to go to topics. Let's see. And this is the MMA-Holes Hour. If you're new to this, give me a subscribe. We got 62 watching. Welcome to the show. All right, here we go. All right, so now we spoke about MIOCIC and NGANNOU. Domination, Stipe Miocic in a fantastic win. Daniel Cormier versus Vulcan OEZDEMIR. All right, DC VO. VO got fucking, he caught it. He caught a major L in this one. I said second round finish, and bang, second round finish happens because I see these things. First round was interesting, okay? Because, like Frank said, if he got caught by Volkan, you know, he would have been in trouble. But look at this, 41-29, 37-27. Now, I do feel DC won the first round, but look at what happened here. Volkan hit him. DC's got a chin. This round was a little wild for me, man. The end of the round got hairy because OEZDEMIR got saved by the bell. DC was about to put his ass away. But Daniel Cormier stood and banged with him. Daniel Cormier, I feel like he's a fucking loony, man. Sometimes you watch DC fight, and you've seen it with the John Jones fight. You've seen it with the Gustafsson fight. Sometimes DC gets in his head like, hey, fuck wrestling. Let's throw. That's the thing I love about DC. So there are people out there that think that DC is boring, right? Derek Lewis versus Francis Ngannou. Brandon, yeah, I said at the beginning of the show, I think it's going to happen. He's got to beat Tabora first, though, Derek Lewis. DC, he's not a boring fighter, and I mean, this weekend is just another reason why. He'll stand and bang with fucking OEZDEMIR. What head case would do that with a guy that literally has like sleeping pills in his knuckles? What guy would do that? DC would do that. And he stood and fucking swung. Now, DC was throwing like fucking over-the-hand shots that were just like flinging and flailing, and it looked ugly. I'm not going to lie. It did look ugly. But he did. He cracked Volkan a couple of times. Volkan's little head on top of that long neck. I mean, he couldn't get him in the first round. Volkan doesn't get him in the first round. Well, there you go. The second round, yo, DC fucking mutilated him. He mutilated him. How about this? Two fighters up and coming and get exposed on one card with titles on the line. Volkan OEZDEMIR and Francis Ngannou. Two fighters getting exposed. DC did a fantastic job. I have a feeling that Luke Rockhold, who was in the same facilities, I don't want to say the same training camp, but the same facilities as Volkan OEZDEMIR. I have a feeling that Luke Rockhold, who's friends with Daniel Cormier, calls him up and he's like, hey, Daniel, I got to tell you something here. So I'm watching this Volkan guy wrestle. All right? I'm watching this Volkan guy wrestle. His long neck and his little face. This guy is trash on the ground. Trash, Daniel. Once you get this motherfucker down, it's a wrap. Don't tell anyone I told you this. But yeah, brother, you got this. You got this. Hangs up the phone. And if you look at all of the interviews with Daniel Cormier on the way to this fight, everything that Daniel said is we're talking like junior varsity here. We're talking not even close. Not even close. And yeah, we saw it. We saw it on Saturday. So DC and Stipe doing their thing. Let's roll through this. We're going to do some topics, and we're going to open up the phone lines because I can't forget about you guys. Ugly swings mean ugly impacts is Bobby Bush. Well, that's true, right? You're flailing those shots, and if something actually crashes and hits the fucking jaw, it's a problem. Billy Smith says Stipe's a monster. He is. Mole says Dan from Oregon. Okay. Danke's being bad. Luke jacked Volkan off in locker room. Tommy Arnold, is that true? Did Luke Rockhold jerk off Daniel Cormier in the locker room? Oh, Volkan in the locker room. Sorry. Volkan in the locker room, so that makes sense. Volkan's a weird dude, man. I haven't seen a man with a neck this long. He's got this little baby head. He's got like, I don't know, he's got like a Beetlejuice head on his gigantically long neck. It's like, he's like a giraffe man, right? Doesn't Volkan have the oddest shaped fucking, why is his head so long with that little face? Looks like something from Men in Black or something. I don't know. Right? I feel like Will Smith should walk in and get rid of him. I don't know. Volkan OEZDEMIR is he's a weird looking dude. But anyway. All right. I don't know. I'm getting sidetracked. All right, here we go. Everybody, let's do topics. Topics. Everybody do topics. Topics. Who's ready for some? All right, here we go. Topics. Well, here he is. According to Bloody Elbow. Dana White says CM Punk wants another shot in UFC, and I'm going to give it to him. CM Punk wants another shot in the UFC, and I'm going to give it to him. Oh, no! No. No, 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 no. That's what I say here. Absolutely not. I do not want to see this. Fucking Jesus Christ. For God fucking sakes. Why? Why? Why, oh why? Let me know in the chat. Do you want CM Punk again? I mean, seriously, guys? Seriously? Why? Why are you doing this to us? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. Do you want CM Punk back in the UFC? I mean, of course he's going to give him another shot. I mean, it's fucking big bucks, right? Let me know in the chat. CM Punk. Oh, fucking kills me. It really does. Dana White wants him to die, says Jay Smooth. CM versus Matt the Horror, says Frank Pavon. Yeah, on TMZ, Matt the Horror was calling him out, so you never know. Fuck that noise, says Bobby Bush. Jessie, suck my ass. What the fuck? 49-1 is going after Jessie. Why? What's going on there? He gets views, so yes, says Kane Plays. So if Kane Plays says yeah, he gets views. Why not? Hi, chat. What's up, 49-1? Michael Anzalone. Don't worry, I'm pretty low on the list right now, too. It all depends on how many picks you get right or perfect picks. Also, you miss a fight, it loses points. Beep, says Jessie Bell Hill. She's talking about our Pick'em League, guys. We have an MMA-Holes Pick'em League over here, and congratulations to Chillzone. That's right. The league is called Goat Milk. If you guys want to jump aboard, if you're new to this, we have a league called Goat Milk on UFC.com. Jump aboard. Chillzone won last week, and she is doing her thing. If we go to the overall statisticals over here, Switch Kick Lynch is winning for the year so far. So congratulations with 8 perfects and 17 winners. Next week, we're going to do it again. We're going to have a little more fun. Each UFC event, we will be doing our picks over here in the UFC Pick'em League. Goat Milk. Check that out. And we're going to have some fun, man. This is actually a cool bit that we've been doing, and I've been having fun. I'm sitting at 27, so Mystic Moss needs to do some work. Dan from Oregon, you know, we're hanging out together like two swole people over there. But if you look over here, these are the rankings. Check us out on UFC.com. And the league is called Goat Milk. Jump in and say hello to us over there. Greetings from London. What's up, London Taylor in this bitch? What's up? CM Punk sells 200,000 pay-per-views, says Tommy Arnold. So he's like, fuck it, right? Darren Till is going to run through welterweight division, says Matthew Burisk. I mean, it's tough to say he's not, right? Darren Till looks really good. Darren Till is also saying, fuck London. I'll fight Wonderboy whenever. So Darren Till he's ready to rock. Guys, we got 62 likes. 10 more likes. Keep liking this video on a Monday. Welcome to the week. Let's go. 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. You guys are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Jay Smooth says, I'm at 20. I got to put some work in. Yeah, talking about the Goat Milk over here. I think we got the best name of a league, too. Yeah, there's Jay sitting at 20. But it's all right. The season's still young. And what I like about this is they do it per event, too. So, I mean, you have each week you have a chance to win. A little bragging rights. This week I'm throwing a wristband out to Chillzone over here, who's been fucking racking up wristbands. Chillzone is like ranked like 500 in the whole world. So, good job by Chillzone. That's Ann H. killing it over there on our Pick'em League. Next topic. Stipe Miocic says, fuck yeah, I'm the greatest heavyweight in UFC history. And I say yes. I agree. Let me know in the chat, is Stipe the greatest heavyweight in UFC history? Yes or no? Immediately let me know right fucking now. But I say yes. I go yes. I say yes. Love this guy, man. Love that he's the working class man. He's a firefighter. He does his thing. He goes in there, and honestly, he always looks to finish his opponent. This fight here against Francis Ngannou, he fought how he was supposed to fight. Complete domination. I say Stipe is the GOAT. What do you guys say in the chat? Let me know. Jessie Bell with the topics. I hate the movie Independence Day. Vigo, I hate it too. The first Independence Day came out, and I literally wanted to walk out of the movie theater. I thought it was terrible. I was a young stud, and I hated it. And the second Independence Day, I wouldn't even watch. London Taylor saying hello to JBH. Fedor is the greatest. So Mac V says Fedor. Stipe. This is Brandon. Nightbot is saying he's spamming the chat and saying donate, so drop in a donation if you'd like. Stipe is the GOAT says BLT. Michael Angelin's laughing. Christopher Shelton says Vigo, Stockholm, the new one or old one. Okay. Stipe is the GOAT says London Taylor. Proven says Joey Faggoter.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Jesse Bell has his negative. Fader is the greatest can crusher of all time, says Jay Smooth. Fuck Stipe. NGANNOU is the GOAT. So Frank is like, fuck him. Frank Mir is the GOAT. Frank Mir. Yes, indeed. Feed my needy. Yes, Stipe is the GOAT, says Michael Angelone. Stipe is the GOAT for now, says Jay Smooth. Struve is the GOAT. Stefan Struve, the skyscraper, is the GOAT. Broke the record, says Joey Faggoter. GOAT, says Kane Plays. Stipe Miocic, fuck yeah. Off to save the motherfucking day, yeah. Junk Savage. That's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So a lot of people are agreeing with Stipe being the GOAT, and for now is a good point by Jay Smooth, because at heavyweight, you never know, man. You never know. But it's amazing how long Stipe's been hanging in there. So you gotta add that to the equation. I don't think there's a person in the UFC that would lose to CM Punk, says Marky Woe. All right. Nope. So Pulse Nightclub Shooter says no. Charlie Zelenoff versus Stipe. It's a tough one. It says Trump. Christian, yeah, I wish I won though. No, the mob want him to win, says So Goes. So Goes says no. Wants the mob want to win. I shouldn't have doubted Stipe. I'll be honest, I betted on NGANNOU, says London Taylor. You're not the only one. A lot of people were going Francis on that one. And listen, I mean, I get it, man. The UFC marketed Francis NGANNOU fantastic. They did. They made people believe, you know, and that's their job, is to make people believe. And how could you not believe in a guy in Francis NGANNOU when you look at how he rose up? But the suspect thing was how they were breeding him in the UFC facility and all this stuff, and how they were marketing him. And, you know, that makes you wonder. Every time they push a certain guy, especially when it's a youngster, Bellator did this with Pico this weekend, and Pico, God damn, he's the fucking real deal. We need to talk about him too. But these companies like to do that. They like to push these young studs that have a lot of potential. And maybe Francis, maybe they pushed him too fast, too quick. Francis, listen, we have not seen the last of Francis NGANNOU. We have not seen the last of this guy. This guy's going to come back with a vengeance, and I really need to see him versus Derek Lewis in the worst way. So we have not seen the last of Francis. I am not counting him out. But right now, Stipe is the GOAT. Here we go. Robert Whitaker over here, who is supposed to fight Luke Rockhold. Okay. And here's Ad Block. Go away. What the fuck? What's going on here, Ad Block? Okay. White screen. This is a very racist screen over here. What is going on? All right, Forbes. Forbes, you could fucking lick my balls.
Lick my balls.
Go away. Well, anyway, Robert Whitaker has like this serious staph infection that's been like eating away at his organs. Like, what is going on? The staph infection stuff is like dangerous. Fucking nasty shit, this staph infection. It sucks, man. Robert Whitaker's a badass. I really want to see this guy stay active and fight. He's a badass, but damn, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say about Robert Whitaker over here, but it's some serious stuff. He pulls out of the fight, and now you got Yoel Romero, who is going to be the one to take the place of Whitaker, fighting Luke Rockhold, which I think is a great fight. That's coming up. So it is what it is. I hope this guy could get better. You know, I really hope he could get better soon, because Robert Whitaker has a lot to offer, and he's still really young. Here we go. Bloody elbow dropping in against his Dana White confident John Jones, Brock Lesnar, Conor McGregor, and the Diaz brothers will return in UFC 2018. Stay tuned. We had Maymac last year, right? That fucking circus of a shit show last year. Now he's pretty confident about John Jones, Brock Lesnar, Conor McGregor, and the Diaz brothers coming back. Could you imagine if we get all this, like all this circus shit in 2018? Gigantic, gigundo pay-per-views in 2018? Let me know. Now, I want to know on all ends here. You need a perfect storm to have all this happen. John Jones, Brock Lesnar, Conor McGregor, and the Diaz. It doesn't say Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz. He says the Diaz brothers. So he's saying both brothers are coming in. Let me know in the chat. Do you think that this will happen? That this recipe of fighters will come back to the UFC in 2018? Let me know in the chat. Yes or no? I mean, for all this to happen, I'd be shocked, especially with Nick Diaz. I don't see him coming. And you know what's funny about this? Where is Cain Velasquez's name? Where's Cain's name? Right? Is that weird? I mean, I guess he's putting in all the big money fighters, like the big draws, the pay-per-view sellers. But where's Cain Velasquez here? He's not confident about that. Chat room. Michael Angelone says, yes, Whitaker is fragile. His post-nightclub shooter. Jake says, no. McGregor vacated the belt for Diaz versus McGregor 3. That will be his comeback fight, says Mac V. Yes, says Thomas Lynch, so he sees it. Nick's banned, isn't he? Oh, he was. I don't know if he's still banned. I only hope so, says Trump. Tag team Lesnar and McGregor versus Nick and Nate Diaz. Make it happen, Brandon. Jessie theme music is regulated by Warren and Nate Dogg, says Christian Beasley. I'm out. God bless. Later. See you later, Matthew. BLT says no. Jay Smith is agreeing. Michael Angelone, the bacteria can be spread from one area of the body to another if someone touches the infected area. Talking about the staph infection, I'm assuming. That's some serious shit. Nick can't get away from that dank kush, is Mac V. He was asked questions by Aaron Brontester of TSN, says BLT. Okay, no, he beat all downhill older fighters, only beat one legit young lion in NGANNOU. He needs to beat Derek Lewis first, says Kenshiro Ryu. So that is Kenshiro's comment on there. Cain isn't coming back, says Frank Pavon. I agree. I'm going to have to stick with that. Cain is posting things on social media saying the comeback, the comeback. Cain Velasquez. I don't know. That's where Bloody Elbow got it from. BLT says he was asking questions. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Got him. BLT. How about BLT, man? BLT came in strong over here on the MMA-Holes. Thanks for the support on social media as well, BLT. You are wonderful, wonderful. And BLT's a patron, right? So check out our patron over there. Thank you for the patrons for supporting the show, man. You guys are awesome. True Stories Jay. He's going to shatter that record now, says Marky Wahoo. Probably talking about Stipe there. Wish to death UFC would pay the Diaz brothers to really bring old new eyeballs back, says Dan from Oregon. Yeah, all right. I do feel strongly that Nate Diaz is coming back. And the reason why I'm saying that is, I don't know. There is no guarantee that McGregor is coming back, okay? But there's no guarantee that he's going to fight the winner of Tony and Khabib, right? So here is how Nate Diaz is going to come back, all right? I'm going to tell you guys right now how Nate Diaz is going to come back. Tony and Khabib is set for Brooklyn, UFC 223, right? That card is going to be stacked. You got Joanna and Rose. Chris Weidman says he wants to get back on that card. Looking at Chris Weidman, I was looking at the rankings. I see Uriah Hall rematch. That's what I see for Chris Weidman. If Hall could come back and if he's healthy, I see that fight happening. Or there's a couple of options there, but there's not many top dogs that line up for Chris Weidman right now. So I see that Uriah Hall. This is how Conor McGregor, this man over here, will come back, and this is how Nate Diaz will come back. Tony Ferguson versus Khabib in Brooklyn. They will clash for the 155-pound belt, the official 155-pound belt, because Conor McGregor will be stripped. Okay? Dana keeps on saying that Conor's going to fight the winner of that. I am not convinced. Branch. There we go. That was the other one, Dan. It's either Branch or Hall. There's nothing confirmed yet, and Weidman has a fucked up finger, but Weidman has to get on that Brooklyn card. So, Branch or Hall. Honestly, I'd rather see the Hall rematch, especially with Hall going up. But if Hall's not healthy, we're not going to see that. So Branch might be the guy. And Branch is a New York guy as well. So we might see that. Branch tapped his strikes and he's laughing. Yeah. Who the fuck is that guy? This is Frank Bavine. So here's the deal. Tony Ferguson's going to beat Khabib. He's going to beat him. When Tony Ferguson knocks Khabib off and finally hands Khabib his first L, Conor McGregor will not fight Tony Ferguson. It's not going to happen. It makes more sense for Conor to fight Nate for the trilogy because of the money. Because Tony Ferguson is not a pay-per-view seller. For some reason, not taking anything away from Tony Ferguson's skills, Tony Ferguson is one of the best in the game, but Tony Ferguson is not fighting McGregor. It's not happening. I don't see it. I can't see. It doesn't line up with the dollars. So if Tony Ferguson beats Khabib, which I think it's going to happen, I really do. If that does happen, Conor McGregor will not fight Tony Ferguson. Conor McGregor will fight Diaz for the trilogy. Now, if that changes and Khabib wins, which is a very good possibility, you never know, right? Khabib is undefeated. Khabib is a fucking animal. He's a savage. He ran through Barboza, right? If Khabib does win, Khabib will fight Conor in Russia. 100%. That is the situation, and that's where Conor McGregor stands, and that's where Nate Diaz stands. It's a problem now, okay? This is a problem. If Nate Diaz, right, doesn't get that Conor fight, who does Nate Diaz fight? Where is the money for Nate Diaz? Maybe he goes to boxing then. I don't know who else you could throw at Nate Diaz, unless he does go to 170. You know, I don't know. I mean, Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson would be good. It would be fun to watch. It's just not a big money fight. Tony Ferguson, for some reason, has to prove that he can pull pay-per-view numbers. Him and Khabib will get some pay-per-view numbers, but that's because of Khabib. It's not because of Tony. So, there you go. That's what I say about that. Let me see what you guys think in the chat. Conor and Nate Diaz 3, says Tommy Arnold. Khabib time, bro. Got to get used to it. You are saying number one bullshit, says James McLean. Let's see. Eddie Bravo can't save Tony from Khabib, says Jay Smooth. Frank Khabib is fighting legit opponents in Tony, says Kenshiro Ryu. Justin Gaethje versus Nate. Brock versus Francis. Hold on. Marky Wahoo says Justin Gaethje versus Nate. That is a fantastic fight. Let's see what happens with the Poirier thing. Regardless, win or lose, you never know. That's a fun fight right there. Brock versus Kane. Wait, hold on. Brock versus Kane versus Stipe all together? Is that what you're saying? And Nick versus Till. Whoa, that's all right. We're getting a little out of control now. It started off good, and then the train just derailed. Conor would get humiliated by Khabib, and that would ruin his brand. But Christopher Shelton, remember this, okay? I think Conor, I mean, maybe he's crazy enough to think that he was going to beat Floyd in boxing, but I think he had in the back of his head that an L was possible, right? An L is possible. But do you think that Conor McGregor would turn down a fight with Khabib in Russia, a mega fight? They'll fill a gigantic stadium over there. I mean, I don't think he would turn that down. The Russian doesn't lose, is Pulse Nightclub Shooter. Dan from Oregon. Bear Wrestling versus 10th Planet, says Jay Smooth. Tony pulls his rubber guard on Khabib. He will be fucked so bad, says Frank Pavon. And I agree with Frank. This is the thing. Tony's dangerous from his back. You know what I'm saying? Like, Khabib wants you on your back, and then you got Tony who's dangerous on his back. I mean, I just think Tony's more well-rounded in that fight. It is, for me to just go out there and say Tony Ferguson's going to beat Khabib is crazy, right? You think about it. Khabib, he hasn't lost, right? And he looks fantastic, and he's getting better and better and better. But you got to really think about it. It's like Stipe versus NGANNOU and DC versus Vulcan in situations. Some people see one direction. You have to look at the big picture with Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson is fantastic everywhere. On the feet, off his back, on top, everywhere. Khabib, he could take a punch, he could fucking rush you and get you to the ground. Khabib's striking has gotten better, but is it as good as Tony's? No. I don't think so. So, I don't know. If the money's right, Conor will fight Ariel. This is Dan from Oregon. If Johnson can rock Khabib, then Conor will knock him out. I like Khabib too, says Brandon. I think Tony would beat Conor. Ferguson is like Diaz. Great chin, endurance, and BJJ. Tony is more diverse, though, says Mac V. Tony is a Jits wizard, says Kamen Rider. Yeah, for you to say Tong over Khabib, he keeps on saying Tong. Tony over Khabib actually means you wrong, says Frank Pavon. Khabib versus Artem in Russia is the real money fight. Khabib versus the GOAT, Artem Lobov, is a real money fight. Snapdown City, says Christian Beasley. Khabib versus Artem in Russia. So there you go. Make it happen, Dana. I think Lesnar could take down Ngannou and smash, says Kamen Rider. So there we go. Hey, we're having a good time tonight on a Monday afternoon. Fuck the MMA hour, because you got the MMA-Holes hour over here. Check it out. The MMA-Holes hour, that's what you're watching. We do this every Monday. Jessie Bell Hill, our moderator, will be live tonight, so go subscribe to her. But if you guys want some more content, we keep coming at you. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Fukor Fridays, by the way, was fucking lit. I had a blast last Fukor Fridays. So we have a formula with Jessie Bell Hill. We're going to be doing that every Friday and having some fun over there. That's a more lighthearted, just kind of hang out, let's just have some fun show. But all circled around the world of mixed martial arts. Next topics. Look at this fucking leg. Here we go. Bloody elbow again. Giving them credit for this one over here. Look at this fucking leg. Okay, so Bellator 192 went up against UFC 220. You have Rory MacDonald. Just look at his leg. All right. Early in the fight, Lima chops him down with a leg kick. Rory goes flying to the floor, and it looked like it hurt. I felt that in my seats. It fucking, goddamn, no good. I would have been, okay, we're done. We're done for today, right? We're done. But what does Rory MacDonald do? He grinds out one of the biggest fights of his career, if not the biggest fight of his career, grabbing a belt in Bellator and beating Lima with a fucked up leg like this. I mean, that doesn't even look human, what happened to his leg over there. Winds up in the hospital and is showing off his belt. Rory MacDonald is the new welterweight champion in Bellator. This guy, Rory MacDonald, is something else, okay? He really is something else. He is a true badass, Rory MacDonald. He is one of a kind. The serial killer look in his face. There is something insane about Rory MacDonald. And there's something about Rory MacDonald that I have to watch all of his fights. One of the best pickups Bellator made from the UFC. I know you got Mike Goldberg and Chael Sonnen, but Rory MacDonald is fantastic. He really is. Now, that fight as a whole, just watching the fight was kind of like, ugh, you wanted to kill yourself. But when you look at this leg, when you take a look at that leg over there, you really appreciate this man, all right? You really appreciate what this man did. He literally beat the champ with one leg. So, credit to Rory MacDonald on taking the belt and becoming the next welterweight champ. All right, Stipe Miocic over here. MMAfighting.com. Stipe Miocic on Coach Marcus Marinelli, presenting him with the title instead of Dana White. He respects me, or he respects me. He literally, let's see, I want to play this, but I know I'll get flagged. Stipe, basically Dana White, so if you guys aren't familiar with this, when a champ wins or someone steals the belt from a champion, Dana White goes over there, he's like, hey, I'm Dana White, and fucking wraps the belt around your waist. Stipe's like, no. Let this guy do it because he respects me. Stipe felt completely disrespected by the UFC on how they promoted him as a champion, right? And Stipe Miocic did not want Dana White to put the belt around his waist. I thought that was such a boss move by Stipe Miocic. I thought that was such a boss move by him in doing that and say, no, you're not allowed to put the belt around my waist. That is fucking badass right there. What do you think about that in the chat? Let me know about Stipe saying, fuck you, Dana. Fuck you. It's crazy, though. Really is crazy. Rory has too many wars. Guy's going to have CTE. Yeah, McVie, that's the problem, right? James McClain says Rory is.
Wonderful.
Khabib versus Ferguson is wild. I don't want to pick, says Bobby Bush. Rory versus... Yeah, it's like one of those fights you just sit back, grab the popcorn, and enjoy it. Rory versus Lawler was a great fight. Joey Faggoter. Rory versus Lawler was probably one of the best I've seen. Really fantastic fight, those two. Rory's nose about to explode and just crazy. That was an insane fight. Gegard won with one eye. Rory won with one leg. Bellator proper handicap system. That's true, Frank. Good point. That's true. But Gegard lost that fight, though. He actually lost it. Stipe sneak diss Dana, says James McClain. That wasn't sneaky at all. Awesome for Stipe, says Michael James London. Sniffing arse, says the Danky Koala. How could you let Mike drop you on UFC 2? So Christian Beasley's talking about Darth Bane versus Michael Anzalone in UFC 2. Stipe sort of blew off any questions about heat with Dana while during the press conference after the fight. This is Jessie Bell Hill. And that's true. Both Dana and Stipe were asked to address the situation, and they just kind of like, whatever. So Stipe just kind of nonchalantly just says, it is what it is. That was Gangster, says your daddy cousin. James McLean, I think you should set me up with Jessie. I'd eat her turd. What the fuck? Her turd cutter. I haven't heard turd cutter in a while. That's interesting. Her turd cutter. Stipe would let Dana put the belt on him and been like, "Who's your daddy, bitch?" This drunk savage. It was a boss move by Stipe. Michael, he rocked me. He went full TRTV tour talking about UFC 2 and Darth Bane. Check out me and Darth Bane running around Fortnite in our second channel over there. We played a little Fortnite last night. Link in the description to not the MMA-Holes. Trying to get that shit to 1K. Nate versus Gaethje is interesting because of styles. Nick is the only one that probably willing to fight Till. This is Marky Wahoo. Frank Bavant says, Koala, you dirty slag. You got to empty my bag before you go sweating while fucking others. Oh my God. Here we go. Empty my bag. I like that. MMA-Holes are in full effect on a Monday. Darth Bane, the angle pick was clutch though, so respect to Darth. Respect. Gazgard versus RORY for Bellator's first 2 division champs is Mac V. All right, let's just keep it going. Let's keep it going and flowing over here. We are going over an hour today because I don't give a fuck on the MMA-Holes hour. So if you like what we're doing over here, I don't know. Throw some eggplants in the chat or something. I don't fucking, who knows if you're having a good time. All right, here we go. Going a little further on topics. Bellator 192 had this kid, Aaron Pico, okay? Now he is 2-1. First one was a embarrassing loss, and then 2 in a row, ridiculous finishes. This kid, Aaron Pico, take a look at this guy. Soak him in. Finally, Bellator has a kid that is worth every penny. The power that this guy possesses in his hands is scary. Absolutely scary. As maybe Aaron Pico is fighting cans. You know, maybe that's the case right now. But when he connects, you sleep. And he makes quick work of these guys. Keep an eye on Aaron Pico. In the chat right now, is he the real deal? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. But I think he is the real deal. I really do. I like this kid. I do. For Bellator, he is a good prospect and a fun one to watch. If Pico's on a card, I'm fucking watching. I'll tell you that much. I'm fucking watching this kid. Check out this tweet over here while you get your answers in. Rampage Jackson. There's the tweet, but here's the answers. Pico de Gallo says Christian Beasley. Pico on his way to the UFC next 3 fights is Frank Pavon. Geodudes is having a good time with the eggplants in the chat. Pico equals GOAT. This is Jesse Bellhill. The bottom of my foot turned black. This is Marky Wahoo. Right, Frank? I see that. So, you know what, though? You know what, Bellator, though? They don't let their guys go. Have you noticed that? I haven't seen, like, one big... well, I guess Eddie Alvarez is one, but that was before they were holding on to their guys. There hasn't been, like, one big prospect that they've let go. I don't see Pico leaving. I think he's going to be like a Chandler for Bellator, you know? Pico came back after his devastating bouts as Mac V. Roy thought he could hang in with heavyweight Grand Prix, though. This is Pulse Night. Yeah, Roy's, there's something off with the dude. There's something completely off. Pico has potential, but so far, he has fought nobodies, and that is true, Christopher Shelton. Christian, I'm trying too hard to eat as much, but I'm seeing a nutritionist this week. This is Michael Anzalone. Okay. An update on Michael Anzalone's health. No, Pico is a can crusher. This is Jay Smooth. So Jay Smooth is not sold yet on Pico. My sack is large, says Tommy Arnold. Roy should get his nose removed. Yeah, why? Yeah, if it keeps breaking, just get rid of it, right? Nope. Bellator can't match UFC over Pico, says Frank Vaughn. So Frank is saying that the UFC will pay heavily and snag Pico. Pico's going to get paid down the road. The kid's good. Win or lose, I fight like a man. Love my fans. That still rides with me. Just know I am still not done. I felt great in there. Really? What? You felt great in there? I had a great cardio. I had great at cardio, but Chael fought a smart fight. Smart fight. But he also fought like a bitch. So there's Rampage saying that Chael Sonnen fought by like a bitch, and Chael did what he had to do. He fought a guy way bigger than him. He grinded the fuck out of him. He humped him. threw him down to the floor in pretty much every round. I think he caught him in every round on the ground. And Chael beats Rampage in the heavyweight tournament, which was not as exciting. You know, it wasn't exciting at all, actually. We were going back and forth with UFC 220, and it wasn't anything fantastic. But Chael Sonnen, regardless, beat Rampage, and Rampage says he fought like a bitch. Me personally, I think Rampage fought like shit. Rampage looks horrible. He looks absolutely horrible. How could you let Chael Sonnen do that to you? So, I don't know, man. I think it's the other way around. I think it's the other way around over there. But regardless, the heavyweight tournament is going on, and it's ugly, man. What Bellator's doing with this heavyweight tournament, I was excited about it for a sec, and now watching them trot all these guys out and making it very WWE-like, I'm just like, it's just very cringe. You know, it's very, very, very cringe. So that heavyweight tournament, I think, is becoming a fail, to be honest. But we'll see. It only got started, and we got like Mitrione versus Big Country. Like, what is going on? What's going on here? Rampage is not shit anymore. Says Tommy Bush. I don't do emojis, so eggplant. Says Bobby Bush. All right, thank you. He's having a good time over there. He's strong when he's in control. This loss will turn him into a monster now, says Jay Smooth. Rampage looked very out of shape, says Michael James London. Yeah, he lost all that fucking weight, but still, he looked horrible. Bellator isn't even on normal cable anymore. LOL, terrible move, says Christian Beasley. Yeah, Spike turned into the Paramount Network. So one thing about the Paramount Network is this. Paramount has a shitload of money, right? And they're pumping into Bellator. They see something in Bellator here, and they're supporting them. So that is where Bellator is getting their money. And they're dumping it all over the place. So I like the fact that there's an alternative to the UFC. I enjoy that. I just think Bellator needs to do a couple of things. And one of the big things Bellator needs to do, which I did a rant in the last fucking Fight Buddies, is for the UK people out there. I heard from Minya McGrogdon was telling me that in France, at least, Bellator is airing that last event, Bellator 192, next week. That's when they're airing it over there. Now, help me out in the chat. Anyone from overseas or anywhere else, let me know what you know about this whole Bellator situation. I know from here, we saw it live on the East Coast, but I heard the West Coast saw it on a tape delay, and then I'm hearing there's a major tape delay in the UK. So let me know about that, but I mean, that's a big missed opportunity. Whenever these fights air, just show it live and give people the opportunity to either record it or watch it live. It's a big, big missed opportunity by Bellator, and I think that's their biggest downfall right now. Other than the silliness of these weird tournaments and stuff like that, to me is their biggest downfall. It won't happen, but it would be mint if CM Punk came back and actually won, says V. Could you imagine? Well, you got to match him up with some complete nobody, you know? Rampage puts ketchup on everything, says Steve Sparks. Rampage eats and fucks chinks, says Tommy.
Wonderful.
You know what? I think he does fuck chinks, yeah, so I think that's actually a true statement. Right, Conor? It's true?
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's true. All right. Bellator should book Rampage versus Silva 4. That would be sick, and both are coming off losses, says Mac V, so that's what he wants to see. I mean, I'm kind of done with Rampage. All right, I'm in the UK. I don't give a fuck about Bellator. And that's why you don't give a fuck, Frank. That's why you don't give a fuck about Bellator. You don't give a fuck about Bellator because Bellator doesn't give a fuck about you, me, or anyone else. Like, they have to air these things live. Sweat shinks are fine. Fuck all of them. Who cares? Says Bobby Bush. Stipe versus Cormier. Give me your thoughts, my little ginger man. I still think you might be Sami Zayn on the DL. I am Sami Zayn, James McClain. I spoke about it earlier. Stipe versus Cormier. Okay, first of all, the fight's not going to happen. I don't think Cormier is going to be going up. He had interest in going back to heavyweight, and he's like, nah, I'm going to stick here at light heavyweight. If the money's right, if the money's right, if the money's right,
Wonderful.
the fight can happen. Anything can happen. But I think DC stays where he is. And honestly, if the fight does happen, I think DC beats him. That's what I say. Rampage said one of his weaknesses is BBW. Japanese girls, says Abba Zaba. And yeah, Rampage, he likes the women. He likes all shapes and sizes. Karen Bryant. Hey, Michael, glad to see you, says Abba. So welcome to the chat, Abba. Not putting events live worldwide is a kick in the balls. Bellator is great, says Michael James London. Listen, you have to watch Bellator for what it is, right? Bellator, I mean, I don't know about great, but Bellator's fun. I mean, if UFC's not on and say Bellator's on a Friday night and we got nothing to do and you just kind of want to sit back and watch some fights, I'm in, man. I mean, there's some stories within Bellator, there's some people on that roster that you kind of want to see, you know? So I think Bellator is doing the right thing in that aspect. But when you're delaying these fights, tape delays are garbage for live fights. It doesn't work. You go on social media, it gets ruined for you. So Bellator's doing a shit job over there. 2 more likes, get me to 70 right now. And thank you for these wonderful, wonderful donations. How about this golden boy over here coming out of the blue, fucking slamming with some donations? I do appreciate the support from you and all the crazies over here. Carrie Show. Who else we got in here? Let's see. We're gonna watch the ticker. All these motherfuckers are awesome. Yeah, golden boy's been going crazy. But thank you so much for the wonderful support and the likes. You guys are awesome. Me too. I got killed in the chat saying DC would take it. I agree, mofos, says James McClain. I think DC takes it. I mean, we can't really talk about it because I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. All right, so let's finish up the topics. We're going to open up the phone lines in a sec over here, and that is the last thing. All right, let's open up the phone lines now. Here we go. Get your calls in 516-522-0267. I'm going to take it about 15 more minutes, and we're going to shut it down. So if you have any thoughts on anything that happened this week and on what's coming up, we have an event coming up this weekend, and it is Fight Week. We'll be talking about that as well. We have a show on Wednesday. We'll be live again. And thank you for all the fucking support, you motherfuckers. We got 10 more likes. 71 likes. Like the shit out of it immediately if you haven't. What are you waiting for?
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
Kenshiro Ryu's in a mental hospital watching right now. What the fuck? I hope you're all right, my friend. I think this is a mental hospital, to be honest. This is a mental hospital for the deranged. And I love it. And Tommy Arnold with the cucks. Have fun, Ken, at the mental hospital. All right, so we discussed this over here. I want to show you guys for a second. There is a fight this weekend, and it is Fight Week. UFC is slamming us with fights every weekend, and I can't get enough of it. In North Carolina, you have Jacare Souza versus Derek Brunson. Love the fight. In fact, I really am excited about this card. For a fight night, that is, okay? It's not a pay-per-view card, of course. I always like Dennis Bermudez. I mean, he hasn't been that impressive as of late, but against Andre Feely, touchy-feely, I kind of like this matchup. So I'm interested. I'm intrigued in this fight. All right, we have a lot of finishability going on in this fight, so I'm down with this. Rinaldi versus Gregor the Gift Gillespie. Now, someone called in the show, and I'm convinced it was Gregor Gillespie. He calls in, and he goes, Chris, and if someone I think timestamped it on that show. We were doing a Wednesday show, and this man over here, he calls in. He's from New York, Gregor Gillespie, who is 10-0. He's like, Chris, there will be a new 155-pound champion, and his name is Gregor the Gift Gillespie, and then he hangs up on me, right? And that's all he did. So this man over here says he's going to be a champion. He's 31 years old. He is 10-0-0, and he is fighting this weekend. Keep an eye on him, all right? He called in the MMA-Holes, and he said he's gonna be a champion. Second round submission, KO, and here we go, a unanimous decision, 3 in a row. Here's a fight of the night and a performance of the night. No one knows who this guy is. You will this weekend, because he is fighting, and we're going to be discussing. We're going to keep an eyeball on him. He is on the main card. Someone to look out for. He's got this weird emo haircut. Gregor the Gift Gillespie. So keep an eye on this motherfucker. Gregor, says Thomas Lynch. Fukin Hawkeye. Let's see. 128K download watching this live at 144 resolution. Sucks, says Kenshiro Ryu. Gregor McGregor, says Mac V. So, yeah, look at this card, and then we have Dober versus Camacho. And, you know, some things over here. Bobby Green's coming back. Dude is good, says Tommy Arnold. The struggle is real, says Steve Sparks. So, this card over here, this is just going to be a fun fight night. We will be doing a Fight Buddies for this, and it is on Fox. Wow, it's on Fox? Fuck, we got a Fox card. You are live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name, and where you from?
Yo, what's up, man? It's Christian Beasley.
Hey, Christian. What's up, man?
Hey, brother. So, first of all, I gotta ask you, how the fuck do you fall from a tree? God damn it. Fortnite, come on, man. Jesus. That must have been the saddest thing I've seen, Chris. Come on, man.
I am possibly the worst video game player ever, and I'm very proud of it.
For real, man.
Yeah. Are you on PS4?
Fortnite game up, man. Somehow, some way. Got to give you some TRT on that or something.
Yeah, I know. I need to start hitting the steroids. Are you on PlayStation 4?
Yeah, I've got PS4, but my Wi-Fi's been acting up, so.
All right. Well, when you get that together, jump aboard, man.
Regularly.
Jump aboard the short bus squad.
I've been trying to get Fortnite for a little while, so I might hop on there soon. But yeah, man, it was a good stream. I was actually not aware that you guys had it going until like a week ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we started.
Looks like you guys had some fun though.
Yeah, so the second channel was started because we got 2 strikes in the beginning. We just kept on getting strikes. So and we weren't doing anything wrong, just people were jealous. And when you get strikes, you can't live stream. So we started a second channel to live stream, just as a backup for this one, and then it just turned into a gaming reaction channel. So it's just a fun place to hang out on off hours.
Right. I want to give out a quick shout out to my boy Michael Anzalone for dropping Darth Bane on UFC 2. Not an easy task, but he got it done somehow, even though he did end up losing. But he pulled an NGANNOU. God damn it.
Yeah, well, Michael Anzalone, man, I'm hearing his striking game is on point, and we will get the next gaming stream. We'll do some UFC for sure.
Yeah, apparently he went TRTV tour on darts, so
yeah,
that tells you something.
All right.
But yeah, speaking on NGANNOU, man, you know what? I was one of those guys that bought into the hype, man, against my better judgment too. Really, I just I thought coming out of the Performance Institute, I thought he'd have like at least better cardio, just like enough to keep himself in the fight. But it looked like he wasn't even training for 5 rounds. It looked like he legit was just going to go in there and just really heavily rely on his power. So it was kind of a crazy. Well, not crazy, because I knew Stipe would, he could come out and do exactly what he did. It's not. I don't think that was a foregone conclusion. Now, I don't think anybody saw it going to a decision. I thought, maybe Stipe could like finish him later on, but he probably was exhausted too. That's a big boy, man. 265 pounds of solid muscle. So, yeah, man. I thought he could have went for the finish, but he gassed a little bit too.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was surprised. I thought Stipe was going to finish him. I really did think that. But this is a good fight, and thank you for the call, Christian. This is a good fight for Francis Ngannou. And the reason why I say this is you fought the best of the best here, and you went 5 rounds with Stipe. All right, so in that on its own is an accomplishment. Now, it didn't turn out your way, and you couldn't win 1 round, but when it comes down to it, you did last with Stipe. Now you know what to work on. Now you go back to the UFC performance facility, and you go back to the drawing board. This is not the last of Francis Ngannou. This is a learning lesson, and I don't think we've seen the last of Francis. So if we could work on that takedown defense and that cardio, and I think Francis could come back strong. I really do. 516-522-0267. We're going to take a couple of calls and we're going to wind this thing down and see what happens. He was 282 on Fight Night, says Tommy Arnold. Big dude. I bet Christian is like 4'9". You guys are busted on Christian. I still think that it's Michael Sarah from Superbad on the phone. This is my therapy, says Marky Wahoo. This is my therapy too, not gonna lie. It's my therapy. Did I play a 10 More Likes song for I think I did. Anyway, get us to 80 and I'll play it again. What's the odds? We got 47 people watching right now. Let's get this shit to 100 on a Monday. That's the way to start the week. Get me to 100 likes on a Monday. Let's go. Let's go, motherfuckers. 516-522-0267. Getting on the lines. Let me know what you thought about this fight over here. I'm going to be live again on Wednesday for the Wednesday show. TGIWs with our moderator, Jessie Bell Hill, who's in the chat. Go subscribe to her. And Kobe from Kobe's Corner. T-Man, who does live music streams, and everything you can find in the description down below. All right, let's go over here. Hold on a sec. Is Francis Ngannou. Go back. And let's look at the schedule over here. All right, so we saw that. Here we go. Jacare versus Brunson. So I like this card. This is this weekend. It's on Fox, which I had no idea. So there we go. Free fights on Fox. 4 fights. This will be a quick fight, buddies. We'll bang this puppy out. We have female Dominic Cruz is fighting. I always like watching female Dominic Cruz. Got a lot of broads on this. Oh, Justine Kish. Oh, fuck. I got to reach out to her. You know what? After this stream, I'm going to reach out to Justine and see if we can get her back on for a quick spot. She's really awesome. Poopy in the Cage, Justine Kish, friend of the MMA-Holes. Let's get her back on. She's back in business. You know what? I'll probably go live for that fight. I'll probably go live a little bit earlier so we can see Justine's fight over there. But I really liked her. She came on the show. If you guys missed that, check out the playlists, MMA-Holes Superstars, and you can see Justine Kish on the MMA-Holes. All right, cool. I'll reach out to her for that. 516-522-0267. A couple more minutes. We're going to shut this shit down. And then once this is done, go check out Ariel's show. He's got some guests on over there, so you can check that shit out. Not unless Max moves up. Tommy, he gets $500K per fight now. He stays, says Kenshiro Ryu. Okay, back. What's up, Matt Man? What's going on? We should have Matt Man call in. He has a channel. I'm curious if we're dragging Matt Man into the world of mixed martial arts. Go subscribe to Matt Man over there. These girls need big black cock, says Vigo. The shitter is fighting, says Jay Smooth. Poop Girl, says Pulse Nightclub. Shitty Pants Justine equals legit, says Frank Pavon. Frank was there. Where is Big Shitty, says Tommy Arnold. 500K plus the sponsorship to come. Kenshiro Ryu, he's going to be champ by 2019. So are we talking about Francis BLT? I know I missed. I already made my picks on goat milk for this fight. All right. So there you go. Yeah, get your picks in for goat milk. Let's find out who is the next winner. I got to send out to Ann H. She's probably still sleeping, but I got to send her out her wristband for winning last week. For 70K, Ngannou almost killed Overeem. For 500K, he went to France and feasted on snails for 2 weeks, is Kenshiro Ryu. That is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I want to bone her in her poop box, is Tommy Arnold. Oh, my God. I want to... It looked like he didn't know how to getting off the ground, like just explode your hips, big boy. Bobby Bush talking about Francis. I seen a girl piss from a tree leaving a club, says Marky Wahoo. Yeah, they like to do that. BLT, if Ngannou stays humble, he will be champ in 2019. So Kenshiro thinks that if Ngannou pulls his shit together, he can be champ. I mean, hey, it's not without reason, man. Francis is a fucking beast. You alive in the MMA-Holes. What's your name and where you from?
Marky Wahoo.
Hey, Marky Wahoo. Hey, by the way, I should show the video you sent. I don't know if I could get it on here. That was fucking hilarious. Was that your daughter singing the 10 More Like song?
Oh, no. That's my man. That's little Benny. He only watches Pokemon and UFC. He just got long hair to his ass. He's rocking.
That is fucking hysterical. That was so funny,
yeah,
man. What's
that's
going on?
His favorite shit, and it just caught him. I wanted to know if you were going to Brooklyn for before the fights, and because I'm like 25 minutes away from there. I'd like to go down there and chill, hang out.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, so Marky Wahoo, welcome to the show. Swole member of the MMA-Holes. Yes, Brooklyn, we're definitely going to do a meetup. That's UFC 223. I want to attack Fight Week for the weigh-ins and the press conferences and the open workouts. I definitely want to do that, but the weigh-ins are what I'm targeting. I love for those events to go to the weigh-ins outside and then do like a meetup where we go to a bar, get shit-faced and stuff like that. So
yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, weigh-ins for sure.
The last one I went to, Tank Abbott fought Frank Mir.
What's that?
The last UFC that I went to, Frank Mir and Tank Abbott fought.
Oh, shit. So you're due.
That's how long it's been.
Damn.
So, but listen, man, I appreciate everything you guys do with the show. It's great. It just totally brings everything to a totally different level. I'm lost without you guys watching this shit now. No
That's
way.
Awesome.
Can't do it.
Hey, Marky, man, I appreciate your support. Thanks for the call.
All right, man. Stay cool.
There we go. Marky Wahoo. Yeah, Marky came in. He hit the ground running. There's certain people that jumped in and just fucking hit the ground weren't running. Thank you so much, Marky, for the support, man. Doing his thing over there. Calling in on the MMA-Holes, and thank you to all you guys, man. You guys keep the show going. You keep coming back, and I keep on streaming. You know, that's how it works. Great pair. That's me calling in. This caller doesn't sound like a virgin. Yeah. So UFC 223, Khabib versus Tony Ferguson is in the Barclays Center. You got Joanna and Rose. The card is gonna stack up. They're gonna put together something special over there. For the weigh-ins, we're doing a fucking meetup. We are doing a meetup. I'm gonna be slapping these fucking MMA-Holes stickers on everything over there. We'll be handing out wristbands. I'll have t-shirts. We're going to be hitting that event hard on it's in April, I think April 7th. So for the weigh-ins, we're gonna go there, go to the weigh-ins. Let's get shit-faced Kenshiro Ryu. We met up with Kenshiro. He's fucking awesome over there. We'll have Kenshiro over there doing his high kicks, and we're going to invade. I want to do an MMA-Holes invasion at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. So if you guys are ready to have a little bit of fun, we'll see you there for the weigh-ins. I'll keep you guys posted on that as the event gets closer. 516-522-0267. We're going to take one more call. Let's get us to 80 likes over here. 80 likes, 6 more likes. We get the 10 more likes song, and then we're going to wind this thing down. Tonight, Jessie Bella Hill, go subscribe to our moderator. She's going live tonight. She even scheduled the stream already, so drop a like on her thing over there. Give her a sub, and we'll see you there tonight. And then on Wednesday, we're going to fucking smash it. Let's talk fight week, man. We got to get back into the fights because we do have a fight card coming up, and I want to discuss the future of some of these fighters. I mean, there's a lot of things to talk about when it comes to the future of some of the champs, some of these young and up-and-coming studs and studettes, and I will be calling Justine Kish right after this and see if we can get her on. I know it's fight week. I should have fucking reached out to her earlier. Oh, well. We'll see what we can do. Over there. We got, Jacare's next. This Machida card over here is, I was looking at this the other day. This is one where I'm like, okay. I mean, you got Shevchenko on the card, but other than that, I mean, Dotson, and Dotson's been in some fucking, this card's going to suck. I'm not going to lie. We'll do a fight buddies for this, but this is going to be an AIDSy card. Sometimes these cards are the ones that, you see some good KOs and some nasty submissions and, some interesting fights. But as something to look forward to, not something I'm fucking dying to see. Machida was ugly in his last fight. Maybe he could shake off the cobwebs and put something together. I'm a Machida fan. But then the next thing over here is UFC 221, and we got ourselves something going down over here. A couple of fights to look at on this card while we wind this thing down. Romero versus Rockhold. Even though Whitaker can't fight on this one with that staph infection thing, I love this fight. I literally love this fight. I think it's fucking fantastic. Over here, Hunt versus Blades. I love this fight. You got two fucking badasses over here. Mark Hunt, who is like 70 years old, doesn't give a fuck. Goes in there and brings it every fucking time. This is in Australia. The crowd will be going wild. And Curtis Blades. How about this dude? Every time this motherfucker fights, he puts on a show too. So Curtis Blades versus Mark Hunt, 9 versus 5. I am down for this one over here. Bringing in the big boys. Asker versus Tavasa over here. Now, listen. Okay. I am not too familiar over here. What's going on over here? But what I can say is this. You got two big mooks about to throw down, and chances are there'll be a finish. Over here, Matthews is back. This kid over here, they would call like the Canadian, Australian, sorry. Pardon me. The Australian Justin Bieber over here with that baby face. Came out of the Ultimate Fighter. People had a lot of good things to say about him. And I don't know. We'll see what happens over here. Li Jiang. I think he's the guy that fought in China, if I'm not mistaken, on that China card. The Michael Bisping card. And he did have a finish. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Performance of the night. This fucking motherfucker's scary. I remember this dude. He is scary on this card. So Justin Bieber has his hands full with that one over here. And then we have the biggest farhead of all time, Sarafov versus Pedro. Okay. So now, this is a pay-per-view over here. Is it the most exciting pay-per-view ever? I don't know. Is it something to pay for? I don't know. But it is in Australia, and there are fights on this card that are going to be pretty damn good. But a pay-per-view? I don't know. So Wednesday, we're going to talk about this card a little bit more. We're going to be talking about what's coming up in 2018. Dana White has a lot of big predictions, saying he's confident about these big names coming back with McGregor and Diaz brothers and John Jones, Brock Lesnar, he brought up. So we'll see. Take a couple of comments from the chat, and I'm going to wind this thing down. Thank you guys for watching. 2 fat cans. This is Jay Smooth. Don't forget tinfoil. Whoa, Li Jing Lang looks like what is it? Oregon. He's a fucking weird looking dude. I remember we were ripping on him in the China card when I was like streaming at like 7 in the morning over here. Looks like a crap fish. A carp fish. Hello. Crap fish. A carp fish is Tommy Arnold. Ah, boy. It's a bag of wank pay-per-views, says Frank Pavine. Yeah, it's not one to pay for. It really isn't one to pay for. But with that being said, get the fights how you can get the fights, because there are some good fights on there. I have a feeling the card's gonna be a banging card as just like an MMA fan watching it, but like star power. Who's paying for that shit? That shit's gonna get no fucking pay-per-view buys. 0. Butterball wants their legs back. Just get iPhone X hairline. All right. Johnny Montana needs to call again, says Marky Wahoo. Oh, yeah, Johnny Montana. I'd like to hear him call back in if he is watching. He's skinny to be, let's see. Mongolians look like Mark Hunt. Okay. Ling Ling Ding Ding, says Tommy Arnold. Free stream this card. Yeah, Jay Smooth, you know what? So here's the thing, all right? Let's go ghetto for this card, says Christian Beasley. I buy every pay-per-view, all right? So that's why when you guys donate and stuff like that, the reason why I buy the pay-per-views is so the streams don't fuck up. There was one pay-per-view, what was it, 219, where I had a fucking complete panic attack because I bought it and it got all fucked up. But the reason why I buy the pay-per-views is for the show. I buy the pay-per-views on standard definition, the lowest quality I can fucking do it. I just don't want anything to glitch or buffer, because I want to give you the best reaction I can give you. You know, that's what we try to do on the Fight Buddy. So I do reinvest the money, throw them into pay-per-views, production for the show, and all that stuff over there. So unfortunately, I have to buy these pay-per-views. That card over there, I'm not going to lie, 221, I might have to take a gamble on this one. I might have to just go for the gamble and just stream it. There are good fights on this card to watch, but to buy this pay-per-view, I mean, really? Costs $40 a month to have all the UFC fights in the UK. Frank, I am ridiculously jealous of you. Will you use my money for prostitutes? I'd rather spend it on prostitutes than this card over here. You know? I'd rather spend it. This is, I don't know, man. This is not. Let me know in the chat before I shut this thing down. How many people are actually going to pay for this card? And be honest. And if you do pay for it, I'm not going to knock you for doing it, but it's. Come on. With this UFC, come on. Let's be honest here. Like, if you look at it quick, it just looks like a fight night, right? It just feels like a fight night. I know there's going to be good fights on this card. You know, as an MMA fan, this card is going to be banging. Watch what happens on this card. I'm telling you right now, this card is going to be Finish City. It's going to be banging. There's going to be some fucking highlight reel shit. But that's for an MMA fan, right? An MMA fan knows this. The everyday Joe looking at this card and like, hey, do I want to buy this pay-per-view? They're not going to, what? They're not going to buy this. They're not going to buy it. And wait, hold on. There's no belt on this card. Is this for an interim belt? Oh, it is for, it's an interim middle. They're throwing a fucking Fugazi belt together for this card. An interim belt. Come on, man. UFC, come on. Who are you fooling? Who are you fooling with that card? Come on, man. $10 a week works out at. So that's what Frank says. God, I am so jelly. $65 goes to the cable provider. Says Abazaba. Christian, I hope. So I was hoping you die last night. Okay. $0 a week, says Frank Pavon. My money is for escorts, says Vigo. I am not, says D3. Nope. Tommy Arnold's not. I don't think anyone's buying it. I want to see who is buying it, is the question. Oh, here we go. Minion McGrogin says it's definitely a pay-per-view for the home crowd, stacked with Australians, New Zealand talent, but unfortunately, a lot of MMA fans don't care about that, says Minion McGrogin. And that's exactly what I'm talking about there. So, yeah, you look at it, yeah, they did it right for the hometown, right? They did it right for the hometown over there. Yeah, because you got Aussie, right? You got New Zealand over here. What else you got over here? Australia here. Yeah, they fucking loaded it up. Pedro's Australia. Another Australia here. Australia. Yeah, they fucking killed it. Yo, they killed it with the Australians over here. This is probably one of the most, and here's New Zealand here. So if you think, I mean, this was supposed to be, you know, with Whitaker being up top, that was supposed to be an Aussie thing over here. But when was the last time you've seen something that really was catered as much as it is? The crowd's gonna be fucking buzzing. But as a pay-per-view, as something that we're all going to spend our hard-working dollars on, UFC 221 is not that card. Steal this card, says Jay Smooth. Michael J is stealing it. Now, I'm not promoting fucking piracy or any of that shit, but it's a little insulting, this card. I feel that the UFC should do this, right? And let me know what you guys think about this. I know I was saying I was going to stop, but I like to talk. And the phone lines are open if you want to even call in. Why? I don't understand why can't the UFC lower prices of pay-per-views, right? For certain events. You know, your headlining fight with Whitaker, the staph infection happens, and I have Yoel Romero. And it's a great fight. It really is. But you're not going to make the money on the pay-per-views, right? So if you're not going to make those bucks on the pay-per-views, why not just lower the fucking price of the pay-per-view and try to lure some more people in, you know? Wouldn't that pay off down the road? Like, if you lowered the price of the pay-per-view, wouldn't down the road people be more inclined, hey, I have a perfect stream, there's no glitching, it's clear, you know what, I kind of like this. And then when an event comes where it's a little higher, you know what, I'm so into it before, I didn't have to go on all these websites, I could just watch it. You might have those people come back and be like, okay, I'm going to spend money on that pay-per-view. Wouldn't that be the case, right? Instead of putting this card together and then saying, well, we're just going to charge this amount. If you don't buy it, you don't buy it. Like, wouldn't that make more sense? Right? Am I crazy for thinking this? Am I crazy? One last rant, and then we're going to shut this fucking thing down. UFC, what are you doing? What are you doing? The hardcore fan understands that this is a good card. The hardcore fan gets it. Right? I believe this card is going to be banging. Me, as a hardcore fan. But what are you going to do with the other fans? Someone flipping through the channels on cable and this pops up as an advertisement. What are you going to do with them? Do you think those people are going to buy the fucking card? Here I am sitting in my little studio over here on YouTube, and I even recognize this. Why can't the people in the UFC recognize this? Why? Think about it. It's not fucking brain surgery. It's not brain surgery. You lower the price of the pay-per-view. Lower the fucking thing. Then you get those people to buy it. You have the hook in the fucking mouth. Then you could raise the price to the bigger events. People, that's how it works, right? That's how it works. You buy something, you get tickled by it. That's why they give you free trials for things. That's why Fight Pass gives you 7 days. You get the 7-day free trial and you're like, I can't live without this. It's the same thing with the pay-per-views. You lower the price of the fucking pay-per-view, someone sees it and like, I can't live without this clarity and non-buffering. No one's buying this card. No one's buying it. No one is buying this fucking card. So why? Why does a dopey man with a fucking red beard sit here with a beautiful t-shirt, link in the description? Why does a beautiful man sit here? And why can I figure this out? And these people that are getting paid the big bucks not figure this out. So when your numbers tank and you make zilch off of this pay-per-view, right? Off of a fight card that has an interim title fight. An interim title fight that you had to just literally throw on the fucking card. Right? You just threw a belt out there like, here we go. Maybe if we throw a fucking fake belt out there, people will buy pay-per-views. No! It's not how it works. UFC. Hire me. Right? Let me take control of the situation. I will change your bum lives. Just lower the fucking price. It's stupid. How much is HD? Right? All right, so non-HD, which I buy is standard definition, $49.99. The only reason why I buy it is for the show. If I was sitting at home and watching it, fuck you, UFC. I'm streaming it. It is intimidating, Vigo. It's a very intimidating beard. Look at his it's powerful. But I'm being honest. As a fan, I am not buying this fight. Because I'm not buying it. I have a brain in my head. I realize that this is not something I need to buy. With that, I understand it's a fun card. I understand it's a card that's going to be good. I feel it. I feel we're going to see some good fights in this card. But it's not, no, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not doing it. It's dumb. It's so dumb. UFC, just get your shit together. Dude, just throw the fans a bone. Throw a little back to the fans here. Lower the price. It's $49.99 for standard definition. $49.99 for standard definition. I don't even know how much is HD. What is it? UFC versus Bellator. Then I'll pay $65. Make it happen. Dana says Alan Rocca. I think I'm almost positive. What is it? Was it $59.99? So 60 something bucks, almost $70 for HD, right? Who the hell wants to buy this for HD? First of all, guys, do not buy. If you're gonna buy a pay-per-view, don't waste your money on HD. Save the $10. Buy yourself. I don't know. Whatever. Buy anything for $10. Do not spend it on HD with this shit. I watch it in fucking standard definition. I see it crystal clear. No problems. So first of all, don't buy an HD. Another thing with Fight Pass. I understand it's a little cheaper with Fight Pass, but why can't with Fight Pass? Why can't we pay for a fucking package that includes the goddamn pay-per-views? Why do I have to play this fucking game? If you included $65 for HD pay-per-view now, says Trisket, that's fucking, it's literally rape. $65. Now it's $49.99, right? For Fight Pass pay-per-view, for a standard definition. So maybe on cable it's $65 for HD. I don't know. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. $69 for HD. It's going up. The price is going up. It's going up. Why can't you do? Why is this not happening? Why is Fight Pass? You pay $10 a month. Say you jack it up to, I don't know, $30 a month or some shit. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. I just jack it up a little bit more and include. Give us a pay-per-view package. Give us a fucking pay-per-view package in Fight Pass, right? For the people. Then I wouldn't complain about this. It's part of the deal, right? I won't complain about these cards. If shit falls apart, you could put an interim pellets together, and I'm like, all right, cool. But a lot of people are not going to be buying it. This card is going to tank. I'm telling you right now, the numbers will be horrible on this card. Horrible. Horrendous. Let me know what you guys think of the chat. The price went up $5 across the board, to my knowledge, to Zabba Zabba. $65 is a rape with no Vaseline, says Jay Smooth. It is. When you buy a UFC pay-per-view, you should get a free month of blacked.com. I'm not sure what black.com is, but yeah, throw that in there. Why not? Right? Black.com. Or free Chatterbait tokens. They should throw free Chatterbait tokens so you can pay your favorite porn stars. Because they're dumb cunts. Hey, the A-side, I'm starting to think so. I'm starting to think that's the case. Or maybe they just don't give a fuck about the fans. You know? The one thing I see that the UFC does that they do give a fuck about the fans is with when it's fight week and they do the open workouts and the fan interactions and stuff like that. The fan expo during the fights, which is a great job. Okay. That's cool, man. That's where the UFC gets it right. If you're going to an event, you don't even have to go to the fight. Go to the fan expo. You can meet all the fighters. You can hang out. They do a lot of interactive stuff. That's a fantastic job by the UFC. So, good job, UFC, there. But when it comes to this and sucking money out of your fucking fans, right? Come on. We're not stupid here. right? We're not stupid. We get it. We're being real here. Let's see Ariel Helwani talk about this shit, right? Instead of doing lame interviews. Let's see him talk about real shit, what the fans need to do. That's right, Vigo. It's the best fucking channel ever.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's the best fucking channel ever. The real question is, will Jessie Belle Hill drop a strawberry butt plug? The suspense is real. So there you go. All right, so that's my thoughts on that. I mean, listen, let me know what you guys think in the comments section when we shut this fucking thing down. All right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments section when we shut this thing down. I want you guys to say this in the comments because, honestly, I want the UFC to see this. You know, go on Twitter, right? And if you do rant about this on Twitter and tag Dana White and shit like that, tag me too. Get me involved in the conversation. It's at the MMA-Holes. And ask them, why? Why not give us a little bit more at Fight Pass? You could jack up the price. Just include pay-per-views in there. Why do you think we're stupid enough to pay for this pay-per-view? Right? That's what I want to know. Let me know in the comment section down below. We're going to be live on Wednesday night on this channel for TGIW. So we'll see you then. If you're watching this on a replay, hello. How are you? Jessie Belle Hill will be live tonight for the MMA and Chill. So subscribe to our moderator, Jessie Belle Hill. She's wonderful, wonderful. And that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate you guys always coming back and supporting the show. Where the fuck are the 2 more likes over here? I am not leaving until you give me 80. Let's go. 80 likes on this fucking thing, and then we'll shut it down. Thank you guys so much for doing that. 100% not paying for this pay-per-view, says V. Is cable still around? Yeah, Tommy, I cut the cord. Christian, next fight night for sure, man. All right, says Darth Bane. UFC has its own business model, says Frank Bavon. I need to know what it is. They think you stupid because you do pay for the pay-per-view. And that's the problem, Frank Bavon. There are a lot of people that are just accustomed to paying for the pay-per-views. Like I said, if it wasn't for this show, I would not be paying for the pay-per-view. Trisket H says the UFC should be trying to expand their fan base, not charging $65 for mediocre bullshit like 220 and 221. 220, super top heavy with 2 fights. The rest of the card, not worth $65. It's the truth. It's the fucking truth. You know, I mean, I do. V-Neck is friends with a high-up executive, and this guy sounds like a great guy. They hook him up with crazy tickets. Like, he can get tickets to all the UFC events. Even in Brooklyn, he get tickets for that. So he knows people over there, and maybe we can try to get someone on the show where they can explain what is the reason for this. I need to know, why can't you lower the price for certain pay-per-views? You know, in the long run, it's going to pay off. It doesn't make any sense. So why can't you do that? Why Fight Pass? Why are we stuck at this $9.99 shit and you're not including the pay-per-views into the Fight Pass? Can someone explain this to us? At least give us an explanation so we know, oh, okay, they're not doing it because of this, instead of just doing that, you know? By the way, Jessie Belle Hill says Patreon, and there you go, the link in the chat. Become a patron of the show. Just do it. Like $2 a month. I'll throw you in our Discord. We have a little private Discord over there where I'll send you my dick pics. But I do appreciate the patrons that are part of the MMA-Holes, and I appreciate everyone that supports this show. We got 80 fucking likes. You guys are all wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
80 likes, motherfuckers. Thanks for all the support. You guys are awesome. The best community on YouTube.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
There you go. Thanks so much, guys. You are awesome. 80 likes looks good. It feels good. It's like my lucky number. I have an 8 tattooed on me. I don't even know where it is tattooed. Where the fuck is the 8 tattooed? I don't even know what's on me anymore. It's mixed in here. There's an 8 in there. But I have an 8 tattooed. It's my birthday day. It's like a lucky number of mine. So 80 works good and helps my OCD. Thank you very much. But if you want to throw some more likes after the stream, thank you very much. Make sure you share these streams on social media. I'll see you over there. And the comment section down below, let's keep the conversation going about this pay-per-view situation. Are you watching the fight? Why buying the fight? Are you not buying the fight? What should the UFC do at Fight Pass? I want to know all your opinions in the comment section when this thing shuts down. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you Wednesday night. And always remember, don't be an a-hole, be an MMA hole.